I'd like to thank the organizers for inviting me today to be a part of this forum. It's been very interesting for me just to hear all of the opportunities that are out there. And I really want to use my time here today just as an information sharing. I'm hoping to make some connections here. I'm hoping to offer some ideas and thought starters for the group and give a different perspective. I know we've talked a lot about how online and digital can help the group and the individual organizations. But we also want to talk about brick and mortar in conjunction with digital. You know, where we are right now is not going to last forever, and we're hoping that next year and the year after presents a whole bunch of new opportunities. But interesting enough, this has forced us all to think outside of the box, and I'll share with you today some of what we've been doing over here, and hopefully there might be some connections and a way we can share and all benefit. So thank you. Okay. Sorry, I'm just trying to get to my next slide. Technology.
So Lorna, you would just use your PowerPoint as normal and it'll just show up on the screen.
Yeah, it's just my clicker's not working. Anyway, so I think I found a way. So I'm actually in the office today at Pickering Town Center. We are kind of doing a combination of working from home and working in the center. So you'll notice I'm just in my boardroom here, so it should be, the connection should be working fine. The agenda is very simple for today. Really just two items. I want to tell you a little bit about us and who we are and what we do over here at the mall, and also how we're doing things a little bit differently. And then I want to talk about, is there an opportunity for us to work together? We have some sort of new ideas that have come out of 2020, and maybe some of these might be appropriate for your organizations as well. So just a little bit of background. We've worked with a lot of nonprofits over the years. I made a quick list last night. Humanitarian Coalition, Heart and Stroke Foundation, CNIB, Prostate Cancer Canada, Autism Ontario, as well as a lot of local nonprofits, Ajax Pickering Hospital Foundation, Luke's Place, PFLAG of Durham Region, Ontario Shores, St. Paul's on the Hill, Community Food Bank, and many others. So we are familiar with charities and nonprofits. You know, we don't really understand maybe all the inner workings, but we are familiar with a bunch of different organizations. So just a quick overview of who we are. Pickering Town Center is a large regional shopping center. We opened in 1972, Sheridan Mall, so we're almost 50 years old. And over the last 10 years, 5 to 10 years, on average, we have welcomed 10 million shoppers annually. So that's 10 million visits through the property. We are property managers, so that means we don't necessarily own the building, but we manage the property on behalf of the owners. And because of our location in Pickering, we're really seen as Main Street or the downtown of Pickering because there's not a traditional downtown. So we're it, we're Main Street, we're downtown. And our main job as property owners is really one thing, is to increase the value of the asset being the shopping center and the property. So that's really our one and only job. So who we are is a two-level center. If you're familiar with us, you might know some of our retailers. Hudson's Bay, Farm Boy, Winners, HomeSense, Cineplex. We have a big new renovated theater here. And we're working with the city of Pickering on a large master plan mixed community development that will be on our property. So if some of you know the mall, you may have seen the demolition of Sears, the Sears store and the Sears wing. So that's to make way for a lot of new redevelopment that's happening on the site. So the mall is considered a transportation hub. We're adjacent to Highway 401. We are a hub for Durham Transit and Metro links. And we're on 55 acres, and there's the pedestrian bridge that sort of ends right at our property. Some of you may be familiar with our retailers. But what you might not know is we are, I believe, the second largest employer collectively in the city of Pickering. So when we talk about shop local, we're really talking about supporting the local community and the residents who work here, live here, and work here. We've got 6 dine-in restaurants, 15 food court vendors, and fashion is probably the largest category, but we do have a lot of food and entertainment offerings as well. And the property as a whole is 710,000 square feet. So just like you guys, we recognize that we live in a great community. It's a diverse community. We're well positioned for growth with over 70,000 new residents moving in, 40,000 new businesses, or 40,000 new jobs, excuse me. And this is all sort of the growth that's expected to happen over the next 20 years. So a great community that we live and work in, and great prospects for the future. As far as marketing, so I'll just tell you a little bit about what I do. We have many departments, leasing departments that bring in different stores, and we collect rent. That's sort of one of our main jobs. But from a marketing position, we have focused the last several years on experiential marketing. So the idea is to increase sales at our retailers by creating experiences at the shopping center that's going to drive traffic and sales. So some of those things would include Santa Claus photos. We have a big ice castle for Santa and Mrs. Claus, and we, our claim to fame is we are one of the top 3 in Canada for Santa photo sales. It's quite a busy spot. And we'll talk about what's going to happen this year a little differently. And we also offer Easter Bunny photos. So, our target market is really a lot of families who enjoy these experiences. A couple of years ago, we added a toddler play park into the mix. And we, do a lot of experiential marketing that also includes the community. You can see there we did a Pride celebration event last year. We work with our retailers on lounges. We work with sponsors on different programs like Breakfast with Santa and so forth. And then big events where we draw large crowds. So that's sort of been where we've been. And the reason for this really is to offer a point of difference to online shopping. So these are things that you can't necessarily do while you're shopping online. These are experiences you can have in person. And we found, people still wanted to come out, wanted to interact and have different experiences while they were shopping, and that's where we added value. Pickering Hospital Foundation on a March break event. It was an 80s themed event. We had a lot of events planned. It was a big fundraiser. We had volunteers coming out, and it was Friday the 13th, and we had to shut it all down. So just like many of you, we had to cancel our events. We stayed open for essential services only, so those retailers that offered essential services, and we kept open our restaurants, some of our restaurants for takeout, Farm Boy for grocery shopping, Shoppers Drug Mart, and a handful of other tenants, but essentially the property closed down. We had one entrance only that was monitored by security. So that's where we were. And then in June, we started the reopening process. So a lot of new ways to work. We spent a lot of time working with our cleaning company on making the property safe, and making sure that all those customer touch points were safe for shoppers and employees. So we opened slowly. We opened with just a few entrances. If you come to the property now, you'll see there's about 1 million stickers and arrows all around. We've got new hand sanitizing stations, all those things to keep our customers safe. And that started in June, and slowly our retailers got their own protocols in place and started the reopening process. So we did have several successes since June. What you might not know about the shopping center if you haven't been here is as far as retailers goes, we are literally 99% open for business. So aside from customers wearing masks, a lot more hand sanitizing stations and signage, it really is business as usual. The stores are limiting guests, but mall traffic is back up, between 60 and 75%. So we are seeing customers coming back. They want to do in-person shopping. They want to make sure that they're careful and they're seeing that our protocols are in place. For now, our mall hours are still reduced, but we're looking at increasing those as well. A couple of things that that would be considered successes this year. We've launched some new stores. You can see on the slide, there's a new Be Safe PPE store. So they offer masks and a whole bunch of different products. State and Main restaurant we opened recently, and Wizards Emporium, which is the largest Harry Potter store in the country. Some other things that we've implemented, curbside pickup for retailers and customers who prefer to drive to the parking lot and have their goods delivered. And we've worked with our restaurants on extending their patios, helping them communicate their new menus and their own protocols. And we have opened the food court for business, and you can see that we have some limited seating and we've got new protocols in place. So everyone who visits the food court will sit at a clean table and they'll be socially distanced to keep everybody safe. Something else that we've done is also partnered with Get in the Loop, and this is a new shopping app. So essentially you can plan your shopping trip before you come to the center. And what we're finding and what we're promoting along with government protocols is that you visit the shopping center for shopping, and customers seem to want to do that, but they want to do it efficiently. So the app will help them do that. And browsing and spending time and enjoying sort of the entertainment and experiential part of the mall will come back. But for now, our toddler play park is still closed to the public, and we've halted our mall walker program. So those are things that, that we hope to bring back when we can. So what do these changes mean? Sounds like the same for us as the same for you guys, is that everyone's got shrinking budgets. Budgets are tighter, and the way we've done things in the past is not the way we can do things now. So that photo there is actually an event with Shawn Mendes that we had a couple of years ago with YTV. And you can see the number of people we had crowded into the shopping center for that. So it may be some time before we can host large events like that. Some of our strengths that are important to us is, number one, mall traffic is back up. So that's good. We are keeping an eye on, and we have certain protocols that we need to follow about how much mall traffic is in the building. So we want to make sure that there's that we can welcome as many people as we can. But you will see some lineups. We haven't had any outside to get into the shopping center as of yet, but we would have some retailers that may have lineups inside. We've seen the return of in-person shopping, and our customers want to support local. Some of them are working from home, so they're in Pickering during the day, so they're able to sort of come over and get what they need through in-person shopping at the shopping center. Some other things that we can offer, we have a large email list, so these are local subscribers, and we reach out to that group regularly. Our website traffic is actually up, so we find that customers are planning their visit before they come. Our social media channels are continuing to grow, and our shopping app, so what the app does is help you see in advance what retailers are offering sales, so it helps you better plan your trip. We can also use this app to send out messages to customers in advance about any sort of promotion that we are working on. So that's great. What we can offer is PR support here at the shopping center in our department, contest management, program execution. So we're looking at partnerships for Pickering Town Center that will benefit both the mall retailers, local nonprofits, and businesses. One of the programs I shared was a program we're working on with Boys and Girls Club. And this program is with a local business, Tricom. They actually do our in-mall security, and they will be donating up to $3,000 in gift cards. When customers purchase a gift card, they will match with a donation. So that program you'll see up and running in the coming week. And this is an example of a win-win-win where the business partner wins. They're able to get some profile and awareness in the community. The Boys and Girls Club benefits because they get up to $3,000 in gift cards. And the mall retailers benefit because all the money is coming back into the shopping center. So that's one sort of simple example. This is another project that we have just launched. It's called a mall wall crawl, where we combine beautiful murals that are in the shopping center with a local business and a nonprofit. So the first in the series this is a series about positive messaging, because we can all use some positive messages right now. And the business partner was the Fortis Group, and Ajax Pickering Hospital Foundation was the recipient or the nonprofit partner. And the one we're actually launching tomorrow, you'll see on the bottom of the screen, is in partnership with GDI Services. So they actually are the cleaners and janitorial services for the mall. And the program is launching just in time for World Mental Health Day. And we're partnering with the TAMI project with Ontario Shores for Mental Health. And we are launching this tomorrow. World Mental Health Day is on the 10th of this month. So you'll see that launching tomorrow. So what we can provide if we were to partner with you, you'll see here some examples of media, social media, influencer campaigns. For the first launch, we did get some good coverage on CTV, CP24, Metroland, online through social media influencers. We did our own sort of ribbon cutting ceremony with both the business and the nonprofit in attendance and the artist. Some other things I just wanted to put out there as ideas for some different things that we can do to work together are, partnerships with Santa Claus. We're not sure at this point whether or not we're going to have an in-mall Santa, an in-person Santa in the mall doing photos, or photos digitally. But there is an opportunity there to bring on potentially a nonprofit partner, whoever might make sense as a good fit, as long as we can bring a sponsor on board as well. So we can think about that. We're looking at a dining hall in a separate area of the shopping center adjacent to the food court. So that could also be another opportunity where we could bring in a sponsor, and then the nonprofit partner would be the beneficiary of that program. Same goes for Easter Bunny. We're not sure yet what the new year holds, so we have an opportunity to be in person or online as well. And just so you get a sense of it, we have normally just shy of 7,000 families that come to visit Santa Claus. So it is sort of a large outreach. And then less than that for Easter Bunny. And mall traffic, we're not sure what it will be during the holiday, but we expect that we'll be at capacity for seating in the food court. This is why we're going to an overflow, because we are taking out tables and using social distancing measures. So this is just a rendering, but we're looking at a beautiful sort of holiday dining hall that would be a separate place for our customers to stop and have a meal while they're shopping. Just some other ideas to throw out there. These are not programs that are in place, but just ideas. We've talked about other assets that we have. We have a 55-acre property, so we have a large parking lot. We have 4,200 parking stalls, and not all will be in use at all the time. So in the new year, we could think about, a winter drive-through light show that could be sponsored. If you are a nonprofit that accepts donations, we could look at doing something like that in our parking lot. And even as far as, could we do a concert in our parking lot where we offer social distancing or drive-in opportunities. We also have in-mall screens. We have the app that we mentioned. We have large-scale screens and food court screens, so that may be of interest to a business partner that could make a donation as part of the program. So those are other assets. And then I just wanted to throw a couple of ideas out here just near the end to think about. We have 140 retailers and there's multiple categories. So maybe it's not always a cash donation that you're looking for. Maybe you're looking for in kind. We do have a grocery category, fashion, of course, restaurants, toys, and gift cards. So think about, do your clients have needs that fall into these categories? Is there a way we could partner that's maybe an in-kind donation in partnership with a partner from the community and the retailer? So those are just things to think about, whether it's a clothing drive or clothing that your clients might need, or even if it's delivery meals for for a staff program as a thank you at holiday, or an outreach to your client base. Most of our retailers do have gift cards as well. The mall sells, over $500,000 in gift cards every year, and they would be applicable to be used at all stores. I just wanted to throw that out there as well, that it's not, doesn't always have to be cash. We can think outside the box and provide sort of other things that your clients might need. So what we're looking for essentially is, how do we work together You know, we have ideas, you have ideas. We're in a place for now anyway where we're looking at alternatives. If you've got partners that weren't able to participate in something, a fundraiser that you had running this year, we're happy to talk to them and think about how we can add value. If you want to reach out and just talk about, you know, what are your goals? Is it awareness, fundraising? Do you want to sort of do a pivot with your event that you normally run, and turn it into something else? There is still time for the end of the year. We're willing to sort of work quickly and help pivot that. Or if you want to think about something for the new year and looking forward. So basically, you know, that's the message. If we all work together, we can reach our goals. I don't know what your goals are. They may all be different, but we're here. We're not going anywhere. Main Street shopping is still a thing. And in-person shopping is still happening, and we do have traffic numbers. So, you know, we can execute digital programs as well, but shoppers are coming out, maybe not in the numbers that we're used to, and that, you know, next year will be a different type of year as well. But we're looking at new opportunities and thinking about how we can use our assets so we're all successful. Just this last slide is my contact information. So feel free to reach out if you have an idea or if you just want to talk about how we might work together. We're happy to do that. And I hope for great success for all of us. So thank you. That's it for me, unless there are any questions.